Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft, and I mock it, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Got a great one for you. We're going to head over to Bleacher Reports, take a look at Matt Rooney and his mock draft. So let's go ahead, get into this sucker as pick one, Arvell Reese at Ohio State, linebacker, edge, going to the Tennessee Titans. This is probably going to be the most common projection you're going to see from here on out, as long as Tennessee is picking at one. Hey, we can't trade them picks till the off season. So Tennessee, they're stuck here at one less shoot. I don't know if the Giants continue to lose. Maybe Tennessee sneaks out a win. I don't know. We'll see. But what does Reese bring to the Titans? Pass rush. That's kind of what you're looking at, right? Sure, he's a dude that's basically splitting time. He's playing all over the front seven for Ohio State. But he only goes this high because of what you see in terms of potential as a pass rusher. The Titans, from what I hear, they need pass rush. On to the next. Pick two should be the Giants. They're going to go with Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State. The wide receiver is the only thing that makes sense to me at pick two for the Giants. Too early for corner. I love Caleb Downs, but positional value is the thing. Offensive tackle class, listen, they got some short arms. I don't think we're going to be seeing an offensive tackle at two. So we're stuck here with, wide receiver probably makes the most sense for the Giants with Wan'Dale hitting free agency. Get another guy next to Malik Neighbors, Jordan Tyson. I think he's got an incredible ceiling. So I'm kind of on board with that. Pick three, we got Ruben Bain Jr. going to the New Orleans Saints. No quarterback here, no quarterback off the board quite yet. Raiders do pick at 4, so be on the look for that sucker. Shuck's he's been all right. Honestly, as a rookie, it's like, okay, maybe they got something in here. We don't have to invest in a not elite quarterback class. So let's go get some pass rush because, our best pass rusher right now is Chase Young. We need pass rush desperately. You could also make the case for wide receiver here. I don't mind with Ruben Bain because he's going to be like a top 3 prospect for me. Let's get to that Raiders pick. All right, let's see it. Fernando Mendoza. Oh, Dante Moore. I keep forgetting Dante Moore is in mock drafts. I love Dante Moore. He's my quarterback one. The Raiders, hey, I think if you're going to go quarterback, that's not true. Okay, Pete Carroll can still be there and they could go quarterback. But if you're going quarterback here, it kind of feels more rebuild-esque, which if you're doing the rebuild thing, I don't think Pete Carroll is in your future plans, even if he returns. But they need a quarterback. Geno Smith's not been great this year. The offense has not been great this year. The offensive line needs to be figured out. You can maybe do that in free agency or in other parts of the draft, but go ahead, get your franchise signal caller, especially if you get the first shot at one. We love the NFL draft, and now my draft guide is available for purchase. It comes with over 500 player backgrounds and close to 300 player evals. It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So when I add a new eval or I change my rankings, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to have all the pro day and combine numbers along with analytics, and it's a Google spreadsheet for right now. So you have to include your email with the purchase, but we will be switching over to a website at the end of the year. And if you get it now, it's going to be cheaper now than it will be later. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, much appreciated, much obliged. Pick 5, Cleveland Browns. They go Fernando Mendoza. I wonder if we're going to see, because I think the Jets are pick 6. Maybe pick 7. I can't remember. But I wonder if we're going to see Ty Simpson go out. And we just have like 3 straight quarterbacks come off the board. But Mendoza, right now, the betting odds favorite to go first overall. Not coming off the best game, but he's had a really good year, in my opinion. He's got prototypical size. Browns, listen, I look at the Browns. I look at that quarterback room. I don't see the quarterback of the future right now. Maybe Shadur can change that with the remainder of the year. We'll see. Let's wait. Let's watch. But as of now, I look at that team and I'm like, they need a quarterback. All right, let's find out if the Jets are pick 6. No, it's the Commanders. They're going to go with Keldrick Falk, edge out of Auburn. I've said this before. I said this in the last Mock the Mock, the one we did yesterday. Yes, Keldrick Falk. He feels like a plug and play, glove in hand fit for Dan Quinn. And now that I say Dan Quinn's name out loud, I wonder if when I recorded yesterday's video, did I say Dan Campbell? Neither here or there. But I do think maybe going after a wide receiver, getting some help, because you look at free agency and wide receiver is not going to be great. George Pickens, he's probably going to get swooped up. Jacoby Myers, he's probably going to stay there. Rashid Shaheed, I imagine maybe he signs. Like, this wide receiver free agent class isn't looking promising. So you're going to have to go get it probably through the draft. And I think that's probably the best pick on the board. You can make a case for Caleb Downs, and I wouldn't be opposed to it. But Keldrick Falk, I think while he brings a very high floor as a run defender, I got enough questions about him as a pass rusher and what specifically will his role look like in the NFL that I'm like, I don't know if I'm taking that in the top 10. All right, let's get to this quarterback pick for the Jets. There it is, Ty Simpson going to the Jets. They get their quarterback of the future. I could bore you again with, hey, Aaron Glenn probably is going to want to nail down a quarterback for the future. Maybe you can get Kyler Murray and get some leeway with next season. Again, I think I might experiment with that possibility in my next mock draft. But golly, Aaron Glenn, if you have another down year, there's no hope in sight at quarterback. They might just pull the plug, be like, all right, well, we're going to give all these fresh three first round draft picks for 2027 to another coach. Not good. So, hey, coaches, they do desperate things during desperate times. And then Spencer Fano going at pick 8 here to the Cardinals, another popular mock spot I've seen. And sure, why not? You look at right tackle, you look at right guard, you could plug him and play him there. Either spots, he's not going to have ideal length, but he's a wonderful athlete. Could pull that whole Will Campbell thing, be like, well, he's a good enough athlete to stick out on an island, so let's give it a shot. Other spots for the Cardinals, ugh. I don't think it's crazy they go Caleb Downs. I don't think it's crazy. That's all I'm going to say. Jeremiah Love, I don't know. They could be in the quarterback market depending on what happens with Kyler Murray. I guess we'll see. You could have some fun. There could be fun had with the Kyler Murray trade that, yeah, maybe you receive a day 2 pick and then maybe you get the pick swap 7 and 8. That way it puts the Cardinals in a better situation to go get a quarterback in this draft and some extra draft capital. Look at that. I'm out here solving issues. Before we get into the next pick, I got to talk about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Download the app, sign up with promo code Broshmo. They match that first deposit up to $1,000 dues, whether it's weekly best ball or higher or lower on player stats. They got you covered. They got promos each and every day. But the first promo you're going to be using, bet your sweet cheek, because you want to take advantage of it, is promo code Broshmo. But as always, play responsibly, play within your means. Pick 9, Los Angeles Rams go with Francis Amawi-Anoa. Listen, I get it. They don't have too many holes. I'm willing to wait this out, see how McClendon plays the rest of the year, because I don't think they might necessarily have a problem at right tackle. So they could go elsewhere. For instance, Caleb freaking Downs. I'd be running the card in. Running it in. Sprint it. Pick 10. Caleb Downs goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. Listen, if you're Cincinnati, you're just taking the best defender on the board. And that's it. Just shut off your mind. Who's the top defender? Oh, it's Downs. Go take him. Go take him. Make a case for pass rush. Keldrick Falk, David Bailey, one of those two. Go take him. Your defense, it's not good. Minnesota Vikings. Okay, we're not going to get Jeremiah Love here. We're going to get Dramod McCoy, who personally I think ends up returning to school just because he hasn't played this year at all. But yeah, sure. This helps. You get cornerback depth. It's the most volatile position in football. You get more help. Jeremiah Love is probably going to be the most popular player mocked here to the Vikings. I have a feeling he might make it to the Kansas City Chiefs. Fun. Miami Dolphins are going to go Mansour Delane, a corner out of LSU. I'm in the, hey, let's get Tua some help since we're stuck with him for another year. Let's just add to the offense, whether it's offensive line, whether it's pass catcher. Sure, they could go after some secondary help, and I'm okay with that. I don't believe in the Dolphins secondary. I just don't. So Mansour Delane probably be my top corner. Again, kind of depends on Jamon McCoy because his 2024 tape is that good. But Mansour Delane could probably play almost anywhere in the defensive backfield. Okay, Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see it. They're going Jeremiah Love. Oh my gosh, did I call it? I called it. I mean, it was kind of obvious. Isaiah Pacheco is a free agent. Kareem Hunt's kind of been their most consistent player in the backfield. Wunderbar. Jeremiah Love kind of lit it up here at the second half of the season. And then Carnell Tate's going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that's a pretty solid pick. This is a team that, I mean, they went out and got Adam Thielen. They understand their wide receiving core is cheeks. It needs something. It needs some help. If you're looking for a wide receiver that can complement DK Metcalf, Carnell Tate's kind of that guy. I'm in on it. Who's playing quarterback for them next year? Hell if I know. We'll find out. Maybe it's Kyler Murray. Maybe. Carolina Panthers. They're going to go with TJ Parker. Edge out of Clemson, coming off his best game of the year against South Carolina. 8 pressures, 4 sacks. But still, that doesn't change how I feel about Parker. He's a 3-down athlete. Great. Love him. Doesn't have that one elite trait about him. He doesn't really have something he can hang his hat on and be like, I'm the best. He is who he is and kind of feels more like the bat or the Robin to someone's Batman. I think the big problem for the Panthers is they don't have a Batman right now. They have a ton of Robins in Nick Emanuwari, maybe Princely Umamielen, DJ Wonum, Patrick Jones. It's just a ton of Robins on this squad. And lo and behold, when you have a ton of Robins, you don't get a ton of pressure. Pick 16. Is this the Cowboys? It is. Cowboys' first pick. Oh my, they're going Caden Proctor. They're listing him as an offensive tackle out of Alabama. I mean, shoot, they just drafted Tyler Booker out of Alabama. You get Proctor. You're probably playing him at right tackle. Terrence Steele. It's kind of been so-so. He's honestly not been great since signing the extension. It didn't help that he was kind of beat up when right after he signed that. But I firmly think this is an offense or a defensive draft for the Cowboys. And David Bailey's on the board. Peter Woods. Well, I mean, I guess you're not going interior. You got Quentin Williams, Osa Digizua, Kenny Clark. But yeah, edge rusher. Probably where I'd want to go. But I guess before we get into pick 17, I want to remind y'all, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below, where we have that nice, beautiful, intimate football discourse. I'm Broshmo, by the way. Don't know if I formally introduced myself, but let's get to pick 17 because that's where David Bailey comes off the board, and I really like that. Lions just letting value hit them, splash them in the face, and they're like, oh, I mean, Brad Holmes, you know, he likes value. He'll go ahead and take that sucker. He's done a very good job with his draft classes, and if they get David Bailey at pick 17, I'd be ecstatic. You need a running mate for Aiden Hutchinson, because currently there is no one. Houston Texans. They're going with listed as an offensive tackle, Jennings Dunker out of Iowa. He's going to probably be a guard in the NFL. And I mean, dude, what they just released Lincoln Tomlinson today, who's been playing guard for them recently. I know Ed Ingram's kind of like reinvigorated his career this season, but who's playing that other guard spot? Is it Scruggs? Okay, I've seen a little bit of Scruggs and Jarrett Patterson and Titus Howard, who played it in the last game. And we're looking specifically at the left tackle position, which Jennings Dunker has primarily played. Oh gosh, why am I blanking? On the right side. Shoot. Oh, that's right. They got Trent Brown back. So Trent Brown was playing over at right tackle. So they moved Titus Howard over to left guard. Dude, this team's getting healthy along the line at the right time. I mean, you're kind of in a good spot if Ed Ingram, who's, again, kind of having a breakout season, is your worst offensive lineman. That's kind of dope. Good for the Texans. Good for them. Dunker, this feels high for Dunker. I don't mind him on day 2. Day 1, though, ugh. Peter Woods, forgot he was still on the board. He makes a 19 to the Ravens. Run that pick in. When it comes to Nadi Metabuke, dude, bro. Like, I hope the injury's not too severe. I haven't looked too much into it, but I've heard some people be worried about it. But regardless, Travis Jones is a free agent. So, yeah, you're going to need some interior help. Peter Woods being here is ideal. Tampa Bay Buccaneers go with Cassius Howe, edge out of Texas A&M. Man, so Howe's been kind of a popular landing spot for the Bucs. They do like their fast cars when it comes to pass rushers. Howe is indeed a very fast car. The arm length is going to bug a lot of people, and depending on how small that arm length is, it could take him out of the first round. If I'm being honest, I'm going to have him as a first rounder just because I've liked his game that much. Kind of had a tough go at it against Trevor Gooseby, but I also see Gooseby as a first rounder this past weekend. But yeah, that one makes sense. Pick 21, Avion Terrell, corner out of Clemson. While the offense is still electric, the offense has been something this year for the Bills. The defense in Buffalo lacks playmakers. Does Buffalo legitimately don't have an interception this season? Hold the phone. I have not noticed that. Cole Bishop has 3. Maxwell Harrison has 2. Oh, my bad. I misread this. This is why you go back and read. Avion Terrell doesn't have an interception this year. But he has got 4 forced fumbles, 3 sacks. They're basically reading off a slot receiver's or a slot corner's stat line. Currently in the slot, it's been Taron Johnson, who's honestly been all right. He's been all right. The run defense hasn't been great from him, but in general, he's been okay. I don't think they double dip at corner, especially for a guy that's probably going to play slot primarily. You probably just go elsewhere, whether that's an edge, defensive interior, maybe a guard. Vega Iwanez there. David Edwards is a free agent. Wide receiver, Mekhi Lemon's still on the board. Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time. Let's move on. Pick 22. The Philadelphia Eagles go Mateo Uiagalelei out of Oregon, the edge. He's 6'5", 270 pounds. I think his best football is still ahead of him as he kind of polishes up, cleans up his game. Kind of depends on what the Eagles do with Jalen Phillips, who they could let him just go to free agency, sign a good contract, and get a compensatory pick. That's definitely an option. So if that's the case, sure, they can definitely go edge here. Pick 23, the New York Jets take Mekhi Lemon. Listen, Jets fans, if you're mad about them taking a receiver this early, I would take Mekhi Lemon in the top 10. It's just ridiculous value at this point in my eyes. I would not avoid that. And I mean, he's different. He is a much different receiver than anything they have currently on the roster. Caleb Lomu going to the San Francisco 49ers. You get the understudy for Trent Williams. So that feels good. I like that. I think he's got top 15 potential. He's just a year away. Pick 25. Let's see it. Los Angeles Chargers go with Vega Iwane out of Penn State. Yeah, they need a guard. You immediately plug them and plug and play at left guard. Zion Johnson's a free agent. Even if you bring Zion Johnson back, I think you move him to center and have Iwane play left guard. And suddenly you are very confident in the not just the protection that you'll get for Justin Herbert, but the run game. Cleveland Browns go with Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington. Some people will be like, oh, this feels more the same of a guy like Cedric Tillman and such, but Boston, I think, is a far better player. He's 6'4", 209. I think he's got some good long field speed to be able to separate vertically, but also contested catch keen. So just like that, Browns, they go quarterback, and then they get a wide receiver for their quarterback. Dallas Cowboys, they're going to go with Sonny Styles. They took, who did they take earlier in this mock? Oh, that's right. They took Kaden Proctor. Ooh. So they grabbed linebacker. Good. You need someone next to Overton. Overton, he's looked great since coming back. I love it. But Kenneth Murray shouldn't be a starter in the NFL. I'm fine with him as a depth player. Shouldn't be a starter in the NFL. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. Sonny Styles is my linebacker 2. Could be my linebacker 1, depending on how you view Reese and if I kick him over to the edge position, which it's feeling likely that's where I'm going to have to start looking at him at. I mean, we saw Jalen Walker. He went as high as 14 last year, and he was kind of in somewhat of a similar scenario, but he was primarily playing off the edge for Georgia. Pick 28. Connor Lew, center out of Auburn, going to the Seahawks. So I think the center position is all shored up. Jalen Sundell, I know he's on IR now, but he's played pretty well at center for them. I love Lew. I think he returns. He's going to miss the whole offseason draft process because of a late season ACL tear. I mean, we saw Vega come off the board. Not really a guard here to speak of. Corner always pops into my mind. Sorry, it just kind of makes sense. Rams, they do get a corner. They're going Colton Hood, corner out of Tennessee. He's had a really good year. He's kind of been the only good thing about the secondary there for the Volunteers. Rams, they could bring back Roger McCreary, sure, but you still have Witherspoon. You still have Durant as free agent. I'd probably want to bring in more depth. Denver Broncos go with Kenyon Sadiq. They reunite him with his former quarterback in Bo Nix. Sadiq, I would say the popular landing spots for him in mocks are like the Chiefs, the Broncos, and then of course the Buccaneers, who have oh gosh, I'm blanking. Cade Otton as a free agent. Travis Kelce, he's old. Retirement could be right around the corner. Those spots make sense, but if he makes it past those two, typically the Broncos is where you're going to see him projected. Ooh, Chicago Bears go with LT Overton, edge out of Alabama. Oh, right now he is still just all potential. Needs to clean up portions of his game. I mean, so much so that Alabama, they really leaned in to how unpolished he is, but how much havoc he can wreak, and has made him a crasher on stunts. And he has been such a can opener for that defense when it comes to guys being able to get pressure. He's kind of opened that up for them. LT Overton's built like a Dennis Allen edge player, so this one I think does make quite a bit of sense. And then last but not least, we have Gabe Akis, the Gabe Akis, going to the New England Patriots. Clavion Chason is a free agent. So if they're looking for an edge player, but I mean, I like Akis better with his hand in the dirt. So I don't know if that, I don't exactly think that's the specific role you're getting Akis to play, that Chason role. I just don't. They have a lot of money to spend. I imagine they probably bring back Chason, but I do think this is a defensive heavy draft. And if they want to swing at a position of value, then, well, edge is that position. But that's it for the mock draft. You go ahead, let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Do that YouTube thing. But as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.